What is Earth Heroes, and where did the idea come from to go on this hero's journey? What is the hero's journey?
Well, I guess Earth Heroes, it came to me as an idea originally to share all of the brilliant ideas and solutions that are out there already that had been coming up in my life, and to showcase that we do have all the answers and that we are capable of being Earth Heroes, all of us, if we choose to be that. And I feel like the hero's journey ties in with that, because there's a call to action, and that's where we're at. There's a call to respond to this serious climate event that's happening worldwide, and it's affecting every single life form on the planet. And it's up to us whether we choose to align with that, to either live our lives in sight of a better future, or to ignore it and continue on a path that is seemingly leading to a destructive future.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this concept of the hero's journey, which, if you're unfamiliar with it, is very common narrative in a lot of Hollywood productions and a lot of movies. You know, it's like, look at the Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or any film, and it's really been really interesting to, you know, go into these deeper processes of meditations and regression therapies, and like doing the inner work on myself to realize that, wow, my life is a movie too. and to reflect back on this idea that we are the heroes of our own journey.
Yeah.
And for that, and same for you as a viewer, this is your journey. You're the hero of your journey. This concept that Earth Heroes is bringing together this experience that every single one of us is on our own hero's journey, and that what that looks like for every individual is going to be different. Yet at the same time, there is also this collective narrative that we're moving through, that we're all contributing to. And obviously, like, our journeys kind of, I imagine, would go in a full cycle. And that's what I feel really inspired by creating this film and this whole movement, is to really enable others to see the hero within themselves. And that I feel like what we've done to encapsulate that within the film is to highlight the specific solutions that are easily implementable. They're very low tech, they're very low cost, and they're also extremely accessible for anyone just to integrate into their lives if they choose to do so. That's the key element, is that people have to willingly choose to show up and take a conscious decision to help regenerate the planet.
Yeah, exactly. And in that choice, in that hero's journey, I feel that the true power comes from recognizing that we are the villain of the story. And we are the problem, and our own character and all of the blame that we might choose to see out in the world and blame all of these external forces. The real power and the real evolution for the regeneration, which is the new people of the earth coming through, is taking power and taking hold of our actions and our responsibilities, to align that with earth care and to align that with self-love. And the film itself and the circle of the Earth Hero's journey comes back to this psychological, spiritual being who is navigating their life in a way that is in alignment with their true values. And I feel that if we are really deeply connected to the earth and ourselves, then our values are not that different. That we are actually very much connected on those values, and it is this social construct, these ideologies that keep us in these separated mind states that allow us to continue along a path that is not harmoniously honoring who we are and what we are doing and what we're responsible for, because it's the power of being a hero is responsibility, and that's a theme that's throughout all the movies. It's an average person coming into the responsibility of having a power and having choice, and that inner journey of them going through their battles, fighting their demons, to come out the other side and save the world. But in this sense, I feel like the film is all about saving ourselves, and the world actually doesn't need fixing, because the world is perfect as it is. If we fixed ourselves, we wouldn't be, absolutely destroying the world.
Yeah, I love that, man. When you said that to me about we're also the villain in this story, it was like it just took me back to Carl Jung's work. He talks about the shadow self and really looking at how we are responsible for the destructive and the regenerative all in one, and taking responsibility for that is powerful, and that's the shift that needs to happen. So there it is, guy. You are the villain.
Yeah.
But you are also the hero when you journey within. Boom.
Shine light on that aspect of yourself. Make it conscious. Share it. And I think that's a big part of life and its journey. Yeah. Sharing with people our darker traits and being honest and vulnerable about those aspects.
Yeah. What's interesting, I find, is that if you had a room that was pitch black, full of darkness, you could take a flashlight and brighten up the whole room, right? But if you have a room that's full of lightness, there's no way that you can bring darkness to the room. Darkness does not exist in the light. So shining a light on those dark shadow areas, the villain areas of our own lives, can really help to enrich our lives, to realize that the regeneration is the only way.
Completely. And it's interesting, that concept, because I feel like it has been very much individualized. So individuals making light of their life by glamorizing and building all of this amazing things for their life, but at the expense of a third world country and all of the other lives that have to live in darkness for that light to be so large. And it is a matter of building that balance back. And yeah, it's unpacking the systems that have been in place. And it starts with the individual, and it starts with what you can do and how you have influence in every aspect of your life.
So the question is, how does anyone overcome these really deep senses and feelings of overwhelm and eco-anxiety and helplessness when presented with the current state of the world that we find ourselves in? It's evident that the pillars of our society, the fundamental constructs that are holding our society together in terms of social, political, environmental, economical, biological systems in place in terms of the healthcare system, ultimately flawed. And when we become aware of that, how does one navigate their life to realign, overcome the deeper senses of anxiety, eco-anxiety, environmental anxiety, and return to this idea of self-love that you spoke about?
Yeah, totally. This is such a big question, because I don't think there is a way to fully overcome it, and it doesn't go away for me, and it's not going to go away until balance is restored, I feel, because it's like that precursor. It's the danger, the warning sign is there, and it's showing up as anxiety. It's showing up in everyone as anxiety because it is troubling. The situation is troubling, and it is a lot to think about humanity, 8 billion people who...
It's like ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, and that in itself still doesn't take away the anxiety. It might mask it. You might start wearing this mask around and pretend like it's not bothering you. And
consuming all of these external drugs and alcohol and keeping yourself busy to cope with the deeper feelings that are going on. It's like a coping mechanism.
Totally.
But it doesn't take it away, like you said.
And you put an image in front of anyone. of the situations that are happening around the world, we are hardwired to be empathetic. Is it empathetic?
Empathetic,
Yeah. And to share that compassion for living beings is innate. So the whole idea of running away from it doesn't take away the anxiety. It's not going to fix any problem. The more that we continue on this path of ignorance, the more that we choose to go against the grain of what we need to be doing, that's slipping away. And time is the most precious resource that we have. And right now, this time that I'm sharing with Shay, this is easy. It's easy to go into these places to share these vulnerable feelings because we've chosen to dedicate our lives to it. And we've chosen to be putting hours upon hours into helping educate and share the solutions, because that is the pill that the doctor prescribed to help with the anxiety of the world's problems.
So there you have it, folks. The short answer to that question, you have a choice. To choose to live and create from fear, or choose to live and create from love.
I know what I'm choosing.
L for love.
And no one's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
No one is perfect.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. It's all self-created pressure. And just doing your best. That's all we need. If everyone does their best, we can't ask for more.
And do what you love. Key element, do what you love. Because if you're going to work every day and you hate it, guess what? Life's going to hate you too. And it's going to be very depressing. You're going to probably experience a lot of anxiety. I know I did, and I was just ready and over it. And so to return to love, simple practices that I found, even when I was doing a job that I didn't like, to find just 10 things that I was grateful for in that job. Providing income, allowing me to go and eat. There's so many things actually. To flip the script, to flip my own script and appreciate and love what I do. Wow. And same with this film. Exact same thing. We've done it out of our own hearts. We've done it out of our own time. We've done it because we've loved it. And we just want to get this message out there. It goes beyond Tom and I. It goes beyond anyone in the film, any organization. This message that we're just sending out there, the idea is that it ripples positive change for a new future.